Moves in. And they're in the gate. They're off. Racing over 5 furlongs in the Group 3 HKJC Whirlpool Molecomb Stakes. Squeezed out at the start was Rydell Frosty, and the early speed being put up by Dickensian, who's been taken on early by the filly Argentine Tango. Between those two, Rogue Supremacy, and then Amik, who's racing very keenly indeed. Lady Iman also in that far side group, and they're being followed by Rydell Frosty. Meanwhile, towards the near side, it is Sands of Spain, who is racing together with Military Code in that group of 2, and they've already gone through halfway down towards the final quarter of a mile, and it is Dickensian who still leads over on the far side. Dickensian being taken on all the while by Argentine Tango, and now the white blaze of Lady Iman now comes to the fore. Lady Iman and Dickensian inside the final furlong. These two go on, trying to battle back Argentine Tango. Rydell Frosty is running huge, but it is Lady Iman who is out in front, and not for catching. It is Lady Iman in the Molecomb. Rallying for second, Argentine Tango, and then it was very close for third. Involved there, Rydell Frosty and Dickensian.
Ger Lyons is celebrating his first Glorious Goodwood winner with Lady Iman in the Molecomb, a significant winner, and you were just saying it's been a very, very long time. You're very careful with the horses you send over to Britain, but it's been a while since you've been in the winner's enclosure here, so this must be particularly sweet.
It's lovely, and it's sweet only because I love the filly, and I love talent being recognised. Like, she has been, like, all you can do is get in her way, and I got in her way at the Curragh. I just love 2-year-olds. Like, if I couldn't train 2-year-olds, I don't think I'd do the job. You know, yeah, I think you get up every year, and once I put a number on a horse, I know where they are, and I can get a little bit bored. Whereas the new batch come in, and you're dreaming again, and especially with the pedigrees we're getting, and you're going, oh, maybe, and that's what keeps you alive and keeps you going. Whereas if I was getting up every day like the jumps trainers and looking at the same string of horses, I think I'd go painting or something.
I think you and I might be very different. Anyway,
yeah.
Airlie Stud then, you said that you got in her way. Why did you get in her way?
I ran her over 6 when my jockey kept telling me she was 5.
And it did look that way, didn't it? Beautify just sort of stretched away from her.
She arrived at the furlong pole in that race, and was the first wow time I went wow with her. Roger O'Callaghan kept telling me every time she ran wow. I didn't get that wow. I knew she was nice, but when she arrived up on Ryan's outside at the Curragh, I went ooh, and then he outstayed her, and I went okay. But you know, she's very. I was down that day. You know, I was a bit upset with myself for that.
But she's bounced back here, and there's a bit of wow there as well. And also, the way her demeanour is just incredibly good, isn't it?
That's her. From day one, her temperament to die for. Came in on her job. My job was only to feed her and have her, you know, as I said, not get in her way. Tony's a gentleman. The Tally-Ho's been very good to the likes of me, coming through the ranks at the sales. They've been great. And I called a horse many years ago called Tony the Gent. That was called after Tony O'Callaghan, and that just typifies who the man is, you know. And to train a big winner for him, sorry he's not here, but Roger and Henry are here, so that's great. You know.
That's lovely. Now, is she a 5 furlong horse forevermore?
She is for a 2-year-old. She's 2-year-old written all over her. So I'm told, listening to Roger, didn't get his way for the Queen Mary, so it looks like Roger's going to get his way for the Nunthorpe. And then Ger will get his way for the Breeders' Cup.
So, reading between the lines there, you don't fancy the Nunthorpe?
No. I like keeping horses to their own grade. I thought coming here with a penalty was tricky enough without going against older horses, you know. But listen, Ryan Moore and Colin Keane know better than I do, so I'll do what I'm told for once and shut up.
And the race you do like, why do you think should be particularly suited? Temperament is an obvious one, I suppose.
Well, I went there last year, and I can promise you, Lydia, I never got a thrill like it. Now, it's not all about me. I don't own this horse. But if I can dance at that dance floor again, I'm going. You know, that's, to me, that's what racing's about for me. What an end of a season. You know, Del Mar, at the end of a season, long, hard season, we're all trudging around doing this with little or no prize money in England or Ireland, and then you go there. Now, it's easy for them, they show all on the one track, so we can do it together, we can all be there. You know, the press, we're easy access to the press, it's easy to sell it, as opposed to being here in England or Ireland. But what a show they put on, and to be part of it and then to win it, wow. Promise you, if I can get a taste of that again, I'll be there. you know.
And so, obviously, you're saying that standing here in Goodwood, and obviously you're not criticising Goodwood or in any way, shape or form, but is there something that Britain and Ireland can learn from that?
You don't know. To me, it's all about prize money, and the day it's not all about prize money, we're in trouble, because the money that's been spent at the sales, then to not earn it at the prize money, you know, there's a range of horses there not getting paid. Like at home in Ireland, there's plenty of races for the 0 to 70 horses, and if you win a 0 to 70, you're earning more than a horse placed in a stakes race. That's shocking. You know, like I ran a horse 103 the other day, got beat by 111. We were running for 7 grand. Like, look what the 0 to 80s were winning in Galway last night. Do you know what I mean? Like, if the good horse can't be protected, like the minute I have a winner now, it's Hong Kong. They just think it's free for all. Come in and buy it. You know, it's demoralising. You know, but it's the game we're in until we get the prize money sorted. That's why you have to. People were giving out about the races on the Irish Derby Day. But if the tote pool is the only answer, we have to dance what we have to do prize money. That's what we have to do. We need to, like, prestige doesn't pay the bills. Goodwood is prestige, Ascot is prestige. You know, that doesn't pay the bills. So we really need to up our game. Whether Lord Allen is the man, I don't know. We're in the same boat. But we need to up our game because the world is leaving us behind. Like, we've come here today for 100 grand Group 3. That's fantastic. But that's the norm elsewhere, you know. Not here.
Yeah, whereas it's unusual over here. We need to be rewarding our best athletes commensurate with their ability, don't we?
100%. And don't be rewarding failure. Like, everybody in the race shouldn't be getting a medal. Do you know what I mean? The winner should be getting a medal, and we should be getting paid. And maybe we might be able to keep on. Like, if you look at the Galway Mile last night, it was 14 runners. Why? Because all the talent's been sold. So it has to happen like that. If all the good horses are gone, we end up racing all the lesser horses. So it's not a rant. It's just you know, it's the fact of the matter, Lydia. And better men than me have to sort it. I'm paid to train horses. That's my job. But somebody needs to sort this.
I think you've diagnosed the problem absolutely, though. I'd love to stay and talk about this because we are on the same page here. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Ger, many congratulations on your Molecomb winner. I really look forward to see what Lady Iman does the rest of the season.
Well, if she does nothing else, she's done plenty for me.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Too good, too classy, gives Ger Lyons a first winner at the Qatar Goodwood Festival. Just his 3rd runner here ever. Lady Iman has won. He's here today. She's just way, way too good for these. Argentine Tango has run a fine race again in 2nd. What a smashing little filly she is. Great for owner breeders Bearstone Stud, who do a good line in this type of horse. And it was tight for 3rd. I think Dickensian's got the better of Rydale Frosty, who's run a great race, as the market expected. Lady Iman, the 11 to 8 favourite. She wins and wins decisively.
And 3 up for Ryan Moore on the afternoon. So he's had a great start to day 2 of the meeting, and it was always comfortable. She went through the race as you kind of thought she would based on how she'd been running, and she was just too good for them. Fillies 1st and 2nd. Argentine Tango, you mentioned beforehand how solid and consistent she'd been, and she was once again. She's run very well in defeat. 1 or 2 ruined their own races. Amique was too keen. Dickensian has run well. You're at the shout at a decent price. Rydale Frosty's run well. He's just been run out of 3rd.
I think she wasn't that decent a price in the end. I think everyone else had the same idea and realised that she had loads of speed. I think she's well worth keeping going with 5 furlongs, and she got slightly pinched at the break, which didn't do her cause any good. The grey Rydale Frosty, sorry. Didn't do his cause any good.
No, it didn't. And when you're dropping back in trip and you get squeezed up like that, then the race to some extent can get away from you. But Jamie Spencer's not a man to panic, and look how smoothly Rydale Frosty moves into to get himself into contention. You can see that Spencer's got an eye on Lady Iman. He knows which one he wants to follow, doesn't he? And he's picked the right one. Not that it was a hard one to find, but he follows through the whole way, and Rydale Frosty is probably worth marking up a little bit.
Argentine Tango is the right horse to track into a race like this because she doesn't give up.
No.
And she's rallied really gamely late. I think Lady Iman was getting a little lonely in front.
Yeah, I think so. That sort of, she's always holding them, but not going away, is she, late on. And the way that she got there so easily makes you think that she might have gone away. So she probably is just waiting for a little bit of company once she's got there and just maintaining.
To what extent were Military Code and Sands of Spain inconvenienced by having their own little group on the stand side?
Yeah, hard to know, really. I mean, you could put the excuse forward for them to a degree, but I think you're kind of trying to find one as much as anything. They seem to just be comfortably held, and I don't think track position was really the reason.
Alrighty. Ryan Moore then, successful in our opening race on the quite impressive Omni-Man. And then in our subsequent race by Tabiti, who dead heated with Sakara Sands. And now he's completed the treble on Lady Iman.
I don't know whether that counts as 2.5 in the title race this week.
I think they just both get one.
I think they do. I think they do.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.